So
Um,
Matthias, I understand that the way that you guys use Test.io has changed a little bit since you first started with us. Can you tell us a little bit about what new kinds of tests you have worked on and what impact they've had?
um, from the general test, it hasn't changed that much. What has changed for the general tests for our regression testing and also for the exploratory testing was that you introduced that test managers in between, or you uh, teach your test managers to do a better job. So the bugs we get are way better filtered than they were before, and so the value we get from testing with Test.io is much more than the value we got 3 years ago when we
That's good to hear. What we actually did is we gave the team leaders more discretion about what bugs to show you versus what ones might actually be bugs according to our rules, but which they thought would not be valuable for you. So the testers still get paid for those, but we don't bother you with them if we don't think they're going to be valuable for you. And we
yeah
gave the team
we
that discretion.
we really like that change.
Yeah, I would imagine most customers do, because it's interesting. Most customers probably get more bugs from us than they know what to do with, rather than fewer. So we wanted to make sure that we weren't overwhelming you.
Yeah.
But we also do some tests with you guys, Matthias, that involve both a driver and a passenger at the same time.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, 1 year ago we created a test scenario with you, together with your test managers and a few hand picked crowd testers, where we do an interaction test between our two types of apps. So we have a passenger app and we have an app for the drivers. And it was very hard to test the driver app without having rides, without having real bookings from passengers. So we created the test scenario together with your team, where we first gave the passenger app to the team, and then they tested the passenger app or created rides there, and then gave the driver app with exactly that data they created before. So they note what they created on the passenger apps and could recheck on the driver app if everything is there, what they first created, and then also could do the ride on the driver app and still have the passenger app there to see the changes the driver did. So it was very successful. It's very good.
Yeah, so I think one thing that I take away from that, so one of the things we do at Test.io is we see what some customers do, and then we try to make it easier to do that for other customers. So if you're a longstanding Test.io customer and you've helped us invent some new features, new customers kind of get the benefit of that. And I think we're working on things to make what you guys do easier. But one of the lessons that I hope people will take away is that you should experiment a little bit about what the crowd can do, because sometimes there's kind of new scenarios that are not immediately envisioned by the test types that we have, but that we can make work for you. So I think that's a great example of one.